Welcome back.
Well, hi. I always wanted to be in a band.
And now she's the groupie. She's Matt's and Robert's groupie.
Okay, I've got three notes. I'll do my best not to mess them up.
Right. Now, first we have to explain how these guitars work.
Shouldn't we explain what we're doing, though, too?
It's Wise Guy Wednesday.
Yes,
Need
we're
we
talking
say
about
more?
the physics of sound and music, yes?
Right. Well, we know it's going to be sound. We'll see if it's going to be music.
Right.
Okay, so anyways, the way a guitar works, of course, is, like we explained in the last piece, the thing that determines the note is how big the instrument is, how long the string is, in other words, and how fast the sound travels along the string or travels in the flute or whatever it is. And so the way that you change the note in a guitar then is you change the length of the string. So if I pluck this E string open, I get a low sound, exactly. If I pluck it fretted halfway up, I get something which is twice as high. And in fact, so there's two things that determine the speed of sound in one of these strings. One is how heavy the string is, how thick it is. And the other one is how tense it is, how much tension is in the string.
So now, that's why when you tighten it or loosen it, you can...
That's right. So if I pluck a string, I can change the sound by changing the little tuner. Now, the tension in all these strings is about the same, so the reason that they have a different sound is that the top strings are fatter and the bottom one is very skinny. Now, a bass guitar, the one Robert is playing over here, has
really fat strings.
Really, really fat strings because it plays very, very low notes. So why don't you play that one? Okay, that is the same note. That's an E as this one. Can you hear that they sound the same? Except this string here is skinny enough that you can cut cheese with it, and this one here you would, you
Be a really big slice.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Okay, so now we're going to play Wild Thing, and I think you're going to sing, right?
I'm not going to sing.
Okay.
my.
So we're just going to do this really...
Double checking. Here, here, and here.
Right, so it's A, D, and
Quick
E.
lessons.
Excuse me. Here, here, and here.
Yeah, there, and here. So on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wild Thing, blah, blah. Okay, I don't know the words, but...
I know the words.
Now, there's one other thing that you can demonstrate, or a couple, with a guitar like this. There's something called a whammy bar, and what that does, if you look carefully at the bridge, is it bends the bridge up a little bit, and it reduces the tension in the strings. So when I hit a chord, and then I pull on the whammy bar, what happens is it reduces the tension in the strings, it lowers the frequency of all the strings, and it just brings the chord down. Yeah, well, with Pete Townsend, you have to swing your arm around like this, but I don't want to hit anybody.
Thank you.
And okay, so maybe that's we probably don't have a lot of time because I want to say something about next week. We're gonna. I think that what I'll try to do is to answer questions in the morning segments more than just making up stuff myself, because people have been sending really excellent questions in. Okay. And so if you want to send questions to wiseguy@uiuc.edu, then I will actually design the demos around those questions. And the question that I'm going to answer next week, because I'll get it started by myself, is why is the sky blue? So that's the question we're going to start with. And if you send all kinds of other questions, then I'll announce them next week, what we're going to do the following week, and so on. And that way people can run the show.
And that's the email address, wiseguy@uiuc.edu. You can send it to news@wcia.com as well, and at our website, wcia.com, there's a link to Matt Sellen's webpage. Shall we have a little Wild Thing to take us out?
Play that for the break.
For the Wise Guy.
Okay.
Thank you.